Dealing with a toxic ex can be one of the most challenging experiences anyone can face. Stoicism provides practical and valuable ways to handle this distressing situation with strength and composure. In this context, we've put together 5 essential Stoic strategies that can help you manage such interactions effectively. Let's hop straight into these powerful techniques that promise to equip you with the needed resilience against toxicity. Number 1. Maintain emotional detachment and refuse negative influence. Dealing with a toxic ex can be a challenging experience that invokes a myriad of emotions. It's crucial to maintain emotional detachment and refuse negative influence to safeguard your emotional health. Admittedly, this is easier said than done, particularly if there is still emotional attachment, shared children, or mutual friends. Nonetheless, it is a critical step to manage the distress often associated with a toxic ex effectively. One way to maintain emotional detachment is by acknowledging and accepting your feelings. When you're no longer in a relationship with someone who has had such a significant impact on your life, it's only natural to feel a wide range of emotions. You may feel angry, hurt, frustrated, or even relieved. It's important not to repress these feelings or rush yourself to get over them. Instead, allow yourself to feel the emotions and process them fully to help disentangle yourself emotionally. Another practical method to maintain emotional stability and negate negativity is to establish healthy mental boundaries. This could mean understanding that your ex's behavior and comments are a reflection of them and not you. When an ex-partner is lashing out or trying to provoke you, it's because of their personal issues, which you don't have to internalize. Remembering this at all times can shield you from the potentially damaging effects of their toxicity. Furthermore, it's advisable to steer clear of negative influences that may feed into your emotional attachment, whether it's social media stalking or focusing on the good old times. While it's essential to acknowledge the past and learn from it, dwelling on these memories could lead to unresolved feelings and prolong the healing process. Aside from maintaining a strong mental state, it is also crucial to not engage or entertain any form of negativity from your ex. Any attempts to manipulate, control, or belittle you should be outrightly ignored. Irrespective of the provocations, maintaining a calm and collected composure plays a significant role in showing that you are not affected by their negativity. Essentially, emotional detachment does not mean being devoid of feelings or care. Rather, it's about detaching oneself from the harmful effects of lingering toxic engagements. The goal is to protect your mental well-being and allow room for personal growth and healing. Moreover, keeping a support system can aid in maintaining emotional detachment. Friends, family, or a mental health professional can provide reassurance, empathy, and perspective. They can remind you that it's okay to keep your distance emotionally and refuse negative influences. Ultimately, maintaining emotional detachment from a toxic ex and resisting negative influence is about prioritizing your emotional health and peace of mind. While it can be a tough undertaking, it's a powerful strategy to cope, heal, and eventually move forward. Number 2. Limit contact to absolute necessity only. Limiting contact with a toxic ex-partner to an absolute necessity exudes the ethos of Stoic philosophy, a practical, action-oriented approach that champions self-control and fortitude as a means to overcome destructive emotions. If one is looking for ways to deal with a toxic ex, this strategy is a sensible second step after the initial emotional detachment. The reason behind this is simple. A toxic person fuels their negativity through interaction and response. It's a cycle that feeds their ego and perpetuates their harmful behaviors. However, if the responses cease and the interactions become infrequent, they lose their grip on you. They have less room to make a negative impact and their influence begins to wane. It's essentially a manner of starving the toxic elements and eradicating their reach. Often, remaining in constant contact with an ex-partner after a breakup might seem mature, proving you are completely over them and there are no hard feelings. But when you're dealing with a toxic ex, normal rules don't apply. Their pattern of behavior does not change simply because your romantic relationship is over. They are designed to manipulate, control, and create chaos. Regular interaction with them will leave you frustrated, confused, and might disrupt your peace. Limiting contact doesn't mean being rude or deliberately alienating the person. It simply means deliberately reducing your interaction with them to only what's absolutely necessary, or preferably none at all. If you have children together, that might not be entirely possible. In such a situation, keep communication factual, brief, and regarding only your children's welfare. However, it must not be viewed as a passive act. It's an active decision to prioritize your mental health above all else. It testifies to self-love and self-preservation. It's a conscious effort to shut out extraneous noise that's affecting your progress. You get better control over ensuring your emotional energy goes into productive and healthy aspects of life, rather than investing it undesirably. Limiting contact is cleansing. It's like decluttering your emotional space, letting go of negative vibes, and making room for positivity, growth, and new experiences. It's not about avoiding pain, it's about refusing to engage with someone who's a recurring source of it. It is challenging, and it might seem harsh at first, but it's necessary for your well-being. Remember, healing is a process that demands time and distance. Just as a wound needs to be left alone to heal, you need space and distance from your toxic ex to heal. Don't allow their destructive influence to persist in your life. Limiting contact with them is a way of facilitating your own recovery and helping rupture the chains of toxicity that hold you back. Number 3. Respect their humanity while rejecting their behavior. The act of respecting someone's humanity while rejecting their behavior can feel like a difficult task, particularly when we have shared a personal and intimate relationship with the individual. It is important to remember that separating the behavior of the individual from their inherent worth as a human being is an integral part of Stoic philosophy, and is therefore a crucial strategy in dealing with a toxic ex-partner. Let's break this down. Everyone on this planet, including your toxic ex, is a human being. We're all made of the same stuff, have the same basic needs, and fall prey to the same emotions, fears, hopes, and dreams. Even if someone behaves poorly, they are still human. This is where the respect for their humanity comes in. It entails acknowledging their personal worth irrespective of how they act or behave. But this doesn't mean that you accept or endorse their toxic behavior. So how do we respect someone's humanity while simultaneously rejecting their negative or harmful behavior? It starts with understanding that people act poorly for a variety of reasons, often due to their own pain, trauma, insecurities, or fears. It doesn't excuse the behavior, but understanding that there may be underlying factors at play can help us empathize with them as a human being while condemning their actions. Responding stoically means realizing that their behavior is a reflection of their own internal struggles and not a reflection of your worth or value. Believing this fundamental truth allows you to reject the toxic behavior rather than internalize it. You can assertively communicate your disapproval for this behavior and set firm boundaries to protect yourself from further harm. So imagine if your ex is being disrespectful or manipulative. You have a right to stand up for yourself and express that such behavior is not acceptable. This is rejecting the behavior. However, you can still acknowledge that they are a person with their struggles, and that perhaps their actions are a result of these struggles. This is respecting their humanity. If your ex continues to behave in toxic ways, remind yourself that you have no control over other people's actions, only your own. You can't change how they behave, but you can change how you respond to it. You can choose not to engage, not to argue, and not to let their behavior affect your peace of mind. Practicing this differentiation, respecting the individual's humanity while rejecting their toxic behavior, will help you navigate these interactions with more calmness and clarity. It may be a challenging strategy to apply, but it is an inherent aspect of Stoic philosophy and a powerful tool for anyone dealing with toxic individuals, including ex-partners. Number 4. Respond rather than react to all communication. In the face of a toxic ex-partnership, it's crucial to modify the way we manage communication. This pushes us to the fourth point in our outline: respond rather than react to all communication. Reacting and responding are two different concepts that often get confused for each other. Reacting is a subconscious process where your emotional and physical aspects are in play. It's instant, driven by your beliefs, biases, and past experiences. On the other hand, responding is a conscious process that involves thinking, decisions, and actions. It's a strategic, thought-out action that considers the long-term effects of what you do or say next. If your ex attempts to communicate, whether it's a harmless text or a more malicious attempt to get under your skin, it's important to train yourself to respond rather than react. Reacting may make you fall back into old patterns of behavior, the very same that could have been what led to the toxicity in your previous relationship. Toxic interaction breeds and thrives on knee-jerk reactions. Therefore, we must selectively disengage. A practical approach to doing this is to utilize time as a buffer. If the communication is not pressing or urgent, take a moment before you reply. Wait for an hour, a day, whatever window you feel comfortable with. Use this time to process their words objectively without letting your emotional triggers guide your actions. Stepping back allows for the initial emotional wave to settle, can make space for a more rational response. When you communicate from such a vantage point, your words and actions are not dictated by a surge of emotions. You're not defending yourself or attacking out of a past hurt or grudge. Rather, you're speaking from a place of truth that respects your worth and keeps your peace intact. While striving to respond, not react, it is essential also to regulate the tone of your communications. Keep them neutral and straightforward. By avoiding being overtly affectional or confrontational, you limit the extent to which the toxic ex can provoke an emotional reaction from you. Communicating with a toxic ex can sometimes become a power struggle. Responding rather than reacting transfers that power back into your hands. It is just as significant to note that you also have the right to not respond if you deem it unnecessary and detrimental to your peace. Remember, the aim is not to win a verbal battle or prove a point. It's to take care of your health, spiritually, physically, and mentally, in the face of a situation where your emotions can easily veer off track. By aligning to respond rather than react to communications, you cocoon yourself from further emotional harm while simultaneously stepping out of a cycle of toxicity. Number 5. Practice self-care and engage in positive activities. Your personal well-being should always be a top priority, especially when trying to navigate the tumultuous waters of dealing with a toxic ex. This fifth principle, focus on practicing self-care and engaging in positive activities, is as integral, if not more so, than the previous 4. The essence of self-care extends far beyond pampering yourself carelessly. It concentrates on maintaining one's physical health, mental sanity, and emotional stability. Sometimes developing a routine and engaging in activities that make you happy or cater to your well-being can help to restore balance in your life, particularly after you have detached from a detrimental relationship. Practicing self-care is about creating a regular rhythm of activities that nourish your body, heart, and mind. Balanced nutrition, physical exercise, enough rest and sleep are key elements of self-care for maintaining physical health. Mindful practices like meditation, writing a diary, or doing light yoga can help maintain mental sanity. Emotional stability can be achieved through activities that make you happy, such as spending quality time with friends or family, pursuing a hobby, or investing time in activities or passions that make your heart sing. It helps you recover and maintain your emotional energy, ensuring that you don't get drained in the process of dealing with the toxic residue of the past relationship. As you commit to this routine of self-care, you'll start to see a shift in your perspective. Instead of lingering over the negative thoughts and feelings a toxic ex might stir up, you'll find yourself focusing on your own personal growth and happiness. Engaging in positive activities is a way to instill joy and fulfillment in your life. These can include volunteering for a cause close to your heart, joining a book club, hiking in the outdoors, developing a new hobby, or simply pursuing and exploring things you always wanted to. Positive activities counteract the distress that a toxic ex can perpetuate, serving as a detoxifying agent. They are atmospheric changes you make in your life, where you add layers of positivity, subtly eradicating the negative influences. At this stage, it's important to stress that self-care isn't about avoidance or escapism. It's about nurturing resilience. You're not ignoring the harsh realities, but equipping your sails to face the stormy weather. Ultimately, this is about loving yourself enough to prioritize your well-being. Know that you deserve to feel good, whole, and happy. Over time, practicing self-care and engaging in positive activities will help lessen the emotional charge associated with your toxic ex and will transform your life for the better. A healthier, happier you isn't just an endpoint, it's the path forward. Take care of yourself and let your actions be guided by love and respect for your own well-being. You are, after all, your most significant relationship. Navigating past a toxic ex is a challenging yet achievable endeavor, grounded in emotional control, self-respect, and nurturing positive interactions for yourself. Remember, you possess the power to uphold your peace and happiness, unrestricted by others. If you found this video helpful, do give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more strategies and insights like these. Cheers for tuning in. Until we meet again, take care and keep implementing these Stoic strategies for a better life.